All right. Got a huge 5-minute range for me here. While we wait for this 5-minute range, let's see. Hourly chart swept those highs up there. Now we're having a pullback. 15-minute chart trying to hold this 200 here. Okay. And then 5-minute chart down there. Wow, that's a massive range. Alright, we got 30 seconds here. Here, give me a second. That's a huge range. This is such a... Oh my gosh. Now it's a buy. Swept out. Let's see what happens here. We're below view op. Did we forgot news. Let me check news. Forex Factory. Alright, we don't really have any news today. No 10 a.m. news, no 10:30 natural gas, but that's whatever. We have had news at 8:30, so no news that I need to worry about, which is pretty good. So we'll wait, see which way it breaks, but here, give me a second. All right, we're still... What the hell? Bro, what the... What the? Why did you do that? That was weird. Alright. Rejecting off the view op here. It was a good sign to look at 2008 lows. That's what it wanted me to do. Alright, which way is it gonna be? Bro, what in the world is going on? If it's not, I'm telling you, if it's not one thing, it's something else. All right, we swept out all these lows down here. So we're kind of holding that support, which is a pretty good sign. But gotta see which way it breaks first for me to... If you traded more than 5 years, this is manipulation. I mean, we swept out the lows. We'll see. So, doesn't mean it always keeps going up. A lot of times it'll sweep out a low and then come back down, sweep out that low one more time, and then go up. I've seen that happen plenty of times. Ugh. Is there news today? No news today. I'm patient now. Yeah, you gotta be patient. Do not freaking a lot of people rush into trades and then what they end up doing is losing money and then they try to chase it back. You stop buying low and selling lower. Yeah, the goal is to buy low and sell high. Full porting today. I have 2 days to make 1,300. Why? For the evaluation before it resets, or I'm assuming that's what it is. Yeah, eval. Yeah, when that usually happens to me, what I end up doing is just waiting for a setup and just going hardcore on that setup. Like going heavy on that setup. But make sure you at least wait for something, you know, don't just buy randomly just to try to make some money. Make sure you wait for your setup and to just go a little harder on your setup. Oh shoot, my bad. I always keep moving my chart and not realizing that you guys can't see my full screen, so. Alright, we're coming back down. I told you. See, this is why I said you gotta be... Just because it's going up and swept those lows doesn't mean it's going to continue. Wait for... I'm going to see if it closes outside this range. Then it'll confirm to me for a potential buying opportunity. But I want it to first close outside this range. And then sellers aggressively step back in. Build shit up. Well, we're coming on 10 a.m. We'll see. 10 a.m. is the reversal time a lot of times, so. We have a massive range, though. So we do have a lot of, room. We'll see. It's got to first close outside one of these ranges. So that's what the hourly chart looks like. We took out those highs. Now we took out these lows down here, but oh, wait, what the? What the hell? Why did it? Oh, new hourly candle opened up? What the heck? A new hourly candle. I thought it was on the top of the hour. Trying to bounce off, you see on the 15-minute chart, we got that 200 EMA right there. Trying to hold up, paired with that pivot point right there. So trying to hold up, but see, maybe we come down and try to take out these lows one more time before confirming to the upside. Let's get it. Pretty much rejected off of VWAP up there. So we had a push back up, rejected off VWAP, now coming back down. Yeah, hopefully they let it sell for a massive buy. Yeah, that's what I would like to see it come down, take out these lows, and then as soon as it takes out these lows, buyers step in aggressively, and then we could look for a possible entry. But there's nothing to do here. I gotta wait for it to kind of close outside this range. Here we come. Coming on the 10 o'clock mark, so top of the hour. Setting ourselves up for a possible runner. So it looks like it wants to take out this low one more time. Let's go, NASDAQ. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? It would be nice if we sweep 620s for a bounce. 620s? Oh, that was we already swept that. I think it wants to sweep those lows. I don't think it's ready just yet for a move back up. I don't think we're just yet ready. Patience. Patience. Bring it down a little lower. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. It almost feels like it's waiting for news, but there's no news. Still stuck in this range. All right, here we go. It's waiting to be geometrically correct. It's waiting for something. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting? Broke even. That's fine too. Break even is it's a good spot to be in. It's called good risk management. Coming down, yeah. Here we go. Seatbelts. Seatbelts buckled. Yesterday was a horrible trading day. I got it right, but chopped all day with slow grind up. Yeah, those are the worst. When you get into a position and it starts chopping sideways, it takes forever to get to your TP. Not every day. Yeah, that's part of the learning opportunity is, you know, sometimes when the market price action is not for your strategy or in your favor, the faster you realize that, the more money you save yourself. Because, you know, sometimes you play defense and sometimes you take trades and sometimes you're just sitting there and waiting for the right setup. Not every day is going to give you the right setup. Yeah, that's why it's important to journal your trades. Like if you start to notice where when you buy into a trade and it chops sideways, and then you take a loss, and that happens over and over and over again, well, next time it starts chopping sideways, you should probably get out at break even. Yep, now made my losses back on market open. Just learn from your mistakes. Nice. Yeah, as long as you don't dig yourself into a crazy hole, which is a lot of new traders do, like, as long as you don't dig yourself into a crazy hole, you can make back that loss, no problem. So, I don't get why some people, like, they take a loss and then they go on tilt and then they freaking blow up their account. Like, there's always going to be another trade. There's always going to be that good trade coming up. There's no reason to force stuff, just to force stuff. All right, we still have not closed. Freaking, all right, 5 minutes till top of the, 5 minutes till 10 a.m. And we're just not closing below this. We're not closing below it yet. Not worth the stress for 3 hours to break even. Yeah, I mean, I know how that is. I've been in trades where I'm just like, I get into a trade and it just starts chopping as soon as I get into a trade. And then you have to sit there and wait. And I mean, like when you actually make, here's the thing. So when it starts chopping sideways and you make money eventually, let's say like 40 minutes later, it goes to your TP and you end up making money. You're like, all right, this was worth it. I'm sitting here for, 40 minutes to make this money. But then what happens when you sat there for 40 minutes and it becomes a loss? Then you're just like, bro, I just sat here for 40 minutes just to take a loss. That hurts. I don't get how your chart is ahead of mine for 5 minutes. You probably have delayed data. You need real-time data. Either you have delayed data or you have a setting somewhere where it's delayed. But you should, if you're using prop firms, you should have real-time data with prop firm evaluations and fundeds. It's like it wants to go for that low, but it's just taking forever to get there. Dow Jones is flying. Hopefully I can get a setup here on Nas. Still waiting for it to take out these lows one more time, close below them, and then see how buyers... Pretty much seeing how buyers react once it closes outside this range and takes out this low. Seeing how buyers react. If buyers step in aggressively, it's a good sign. But if sellers take over and they just keep displacing below the lows, well then, that tells you everything you need to know. This is NASDAQ. Are you in a short? No, I'm not in a position yet. Alright, here's that closure. So there's the closure outside the range, taking out the lows. One more time. Let's see how price reacts here. Yeah, I'm trading NASDAQ. I don't know if I said that already. So far, not getting any reaction just yet. Ugh. There. Give me a second. Nothing yet. Got stopped out. I'm out. It be that way sometimes. It hurts to get stopped out. Trust me, I know. Alright. Trying to step in. Alright. There we go. Buyers stepping in. There they go. There they go. Oh, they tried. Gotta give them that. Lately, it's been breaking range and going opposite, then reversing back to follow the break. Yeah, that's kind of what I look for. But been getting setups, but I haven't been getting entries. It's just been ripping straight up without giving me an entry. Not getting like buyers trying to step up, but there are not enough buyers, I guess. Not enough aggressive buyers stepping in here. So, ooh, we'll see, man. I would love to get a setup here. We're at that 10 o'clock mark, so could get a reversal here. Please do. If you have the opportunity, please do. Move this market up. Let's send this thing to the moon. But let me get in first. They just don't have it in them. Bro, why is it having so much trouble? believe. NASDAQ. Still trying. Let's see what the 15-minute chart. We're below the 200. We gotta get above it. Same thing with 5-minute chart. We'll see. We'll see what it does here. Seriously, make a decision. It's just freaking chopping. It's not doing anything. It's been going sideways. Even on a 1-minute chart for the past, what? 1, 2, almost 10 minutes. Is this gonna be it? Is this it? Is this it? Gosh, why am I so... Nope. Oh my gosh. Best price action ever. Amazing. I love it when it just like chops like this, sideways. Wonder what these guys on Wall Street do in these times. Oh, this is all algorithm. There's very little actual traders sitting at a desk and actually trading. This is all computer algorithms, pretty much bots fighting against each other. So that's why you kind of get this sideways price action. Like nobody wants to be the first one to make the move. And so sometimes it just goes sideways. Do you really believe they can't see stop losses? No, they can see stop losses. They just don't care about your stop loss. You gotta understand, bots are fighting against other bots. So like Goldman Sachs has their algos running, and then Citadel has their algos running, and bots are competing against each other. They're not competing against like 20% of the market is retail, right? So you have 80% of the market is algos. So like this whole theory of like, oh, they see your stop losses, they're targeting your stop losses, like, bro, they really could care less about your stop loss. And most people are trading prop firms and they're trading sim accounts, so your orders aren't even hitting the book. So it's just a marketing thing that ICT does, you know, to get engagement on his stuff. It's like if you really understand how the market works, you would understand. Like it's just algos. Now you could be affected when when you start trading some decent size. Then that's a different story. But if you're trading even a live market and you're trading like one contract, what are they going to do with one contract? Yeah, exactly. They don't care about our one contract. They could care less. And it's like, you know, a lot of times when you'll have a stop loss, it'll hit your stop loss and then go right back up. You know, that's not them targeting your stop loss. That's just you in the way of what they were going to do anyways. So it's like that move didn't happen because you had your stop there. It happened because it was going to happen regardless, right? But you just happened to have your stop in that area. So they did what they were going to do. You were in the way. You got taken out, and they continued with their... Yeah, this thing's still... Man, wow, this is wild. This thing is just not going anywhere. I almost feel like I'm trading a holiday. Obviously, our stop losses were nothing to the market. I'm talking about the bigger dogs. I mean, maybe they do it to each other. Maybe algos, if somebody wants to buy, you know. That's the thing about the market. If for example, if Citadel wants to sell here, and then you have Goldman Sachs wants to buy a big position, then yeah, you pair a buyer with a seller. So Citadel sells, Goldman Sachs buys. That's just like... And a lot of these other bigger positions, what like when hedge funds want to do like a crazy big size, they can actually hide their order. They can route their order to a different... It's called like a black book or something like that. But pretty much, the order gets routed to like a black book. There's a person that pairs you with a buyer. If you're trying to sell or buy, if you're trying to buy, it pairs you with a seller. And then your order gets executed, and then by the time your order hits the books, it's already been executed. And it kind of like goes unnoticed. And that's kind of, they do that to not, you know, spoof the market. Because if, say, Goldman Sachs wants to buy, you know, $50 million, they're not going to just flash a $50 million order down there, right? Because it could, you know, it could affect the market when the algos start seeing that massive order sitting down there. That could affect it. So there are times when they do it behind the scenes. They'll execute the order behind the scenes, and then by the time you see it on like level 2, it's already been executed. So there are ways that, you know, they can... I don't know what to do with this, bro. This is... This is crazy. I did not think it was going to do this. I thought it would move by now. You're waiting till 11 with this PA? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm going to wait till it's not worth it anymore. I mean... Probably till 11. If we don't get anything by 11 o'clock, I'm going to hop off. But 11 for sure. Now, if this thing starts just dropping to the downside, you know, aggressively all the way down, then that also, I would be done. I can still get it set up. It's still possible, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to go through yesterday 3 hours of stress just to break even. I know exactly how that feels. Especially when you get into a position, it's like moving good. Everything is good. And then once you get in, then it moves sideways. That's also why I hop off at 11. And I'm like... if I get a setup at 11, I'm like less likely to take that setup at 11 because I know what can happen with 11 o'clock where you can get into a position at 11 and then there's not the volume coming in that you had at, at 10 o'clock. And so you're just kind of sitting there holding your position while it's going sideways. Which a lot of times it's like I would rather just not trade that setup if I'm going to have to hold it for an hour. I'm waiting 2 days stress-free. Yeah, there's like... It pushes up and then immediately drops back down. Pushes up and immediately drops back. Goes down, pushes up. That's how powerful this 5-minute range is. Look how powerful this 5-minute range is. It's been holding this 5-minute range. I don't like that view up is now starting to curl down. So that's the other kind of worrying thing is, right? Obviously view up is starting to curl down. So like I got to be mindful if I do get a setup, I got to be mindful of view up where it is because I know we could push up and then reject off a view up. So that's another thing that kind of, I missed the gambling accounts. I'm actually going to be doing, I'm going to be getting accounts with Tradeify. And I got to figure out a strategy to do with, right? So I kind of have this strategy. I got to have a strategy for when price displaces outside of the 5-minute range, right? So those days where price breaks out of the 5-minute range and keeps running to one direction, I gotta figure out a strategy to play that kind of play. So we'll see. But I gotta do back testing. I gotta figure out what works and to be able to do that. Those gambling accounts were fun, but bro, they do affect your mental. They do affect your mental. I gotta admit that. Because when you take a loss after loss, you're starting to go, what the flip? Alright, we may start getting a setup here. For me. See how this candle closes. Depending on how this candle closes. Never mind. Golly, bro. Ugh. Yeah, there's not... I gamble every day. My strategy when market breaks and keeps going is to buy high and sell low. Not too of a profitable strategy. There's a little tiny gap, but freaking A. I really don't want it. That's way too insignificant of a gap. I'm stretching it at that point. Like, it may work, but it's not... I don't know. I don't think it's significant enough. Now, in hindsight, watch, I'm going to be like, oh, it worked out. I don't know, man. Alright, maybe I'll try this out. I'll try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It is what it is. But guess we'll give it a try. As soon as we gotta get through this pivot point though. Buyers stepping in here. We need the aggressive buying to keep going. We got view op at 20 what? 25,627. 25,627. So it's below. My order is below view op, so I'm not worried about getting a rejection on view op. And starting to ramp it up here, but I think we're looking pretty good. You use Fox replay for backtest? No, I do manual backtesting. Crash out, bro. No crash outs needed. No crash outs needed when you make money. Oh, shit. If this thing... hold on, wait. There may be a crash out incoming. If it starts edging me, I'll crash out. Bro, come on. Why does my orders always... No break even. What the heck? Why does my orders always like... I feel like every time I place a limit order, I feel like I'm placing a $50 million order and it's just like not going there. It's so much resistance. Get ready to jump ship? No, man. I have a plan. I'm sticking to the plan. You can't, like, when you have a plan, here's the other thing. I don't get, like, when people have a plan and then they don't follow their plan. Look at this. Look at this. Bro. See, another person would have been like, all right, let me get out. Let me get out of this trade. Let me get out. And then, just because it did this. Me? Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. We sticking to the plan. Warren Buffett shorting right now. Warren! Stop! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no freaking way. Bro, I swear, if this thing stops me out after almost hitting TP like that, this is some straight up bull. Straight up bull. What in the actual... Bruh, look how close it was to getting my limit order filled. Look how freaking close. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. This has got to be some... And of course, it's not going to edge my stop loss. It's going to hit my stop loss all day. There's going to be no signs of it freaking... Oh my gosh. Of course, that shit's gonna hit my stop loss like there's no tomorrow. But when it comes to my TP, that shit's gonna edge my TP all day. Screw the NASDAQ, bruh. Straight up bullshit, dude. This is the biggest bullshit ever. How the... Bruh. I guess I should have had my TP right above these highs. Ugh. Fuck. That's some bullshit. That's some straight up bullshit. How does it get that close? Why doesn't it ever do that with my stop loss? It never freaking edges my stop loss and then goes to TP. But it'll freaking edge my TP and go to stop loss. Make that make any kind of sense. Shit. Man, this freaking sucks. Oh my gosh. Oh, I freaking hate this. Yeah, it will. Watch. It's gonna take out these freaking lows and it's gonna go right back up. Man, what the hell is wrong with... The times it goes straight to TP, doesn't give me entries. I don't know what the hell's going on. Of course, now it rips all the way back up to the upside, like nothing ever happened. Man. And I sized down. How did I lose 400 bucks on that trade when I sized down? Man, this freaking sucks, man. Oh, screw this market. Screw the NASDAQ. Screw every market maker out there. Thanks a lot. I tell people don't copy me. People copy me and then they get wrecked. And there it goes straight to TP. Now, the thing that freaking sucks is I have to size down now, which is going to take me even longer to make back this loss. Because now, my rules, I have to size down now for the next 2 trades until I make back. Yeah, it freaking sucks. This is going to set me back. It is what it is. I mean, I have to follow my rules. I can't. Looking back, I mean, it was a tiny ass gap. So obviously, smaller gaps don't work as good as bigger. Like now you have this gap, so technically it's like this could be a trade setup, but I'm done. I already took a loss. I'm done. No, hell no. That's the difference between me and other traders. Other traders go on a little bit of a losing streak and they double down. I go on a losing streak, I size down to protect myself. Bruh, why are these freaking scammers getting in the... They're blocked. How do I remove his freaking comment? Thanks, TikTok, for not allowing me to remove comments. Great job. Gosh. Freaking scammers. I did mute him. Oh, shoot. I think I accidentally mute the wrong person. My bad if I accidentally muted the wrong person. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, it doesn't let you freaking remove the comment. They'll allow you to pin the comment, but they will allow you to remove it. Oh, whatever. Oh, they did? Alright, sweet. Yeah, because I could still see it, so I thought it was still there. Well, bro, this is freaking... Guess I should have waited for this gap right here. This is a nice... This is a better gap right here. This is the gap I should have waited for. But then again, it's like we're below view op and running into that 11 o'clock mark, you get chop and... Yeah, there's TP. It had to first, you know, it had to first take me out. It had to stop me out before it can go to TP. I mean, this would have been probably a better entry, this gap right here, if I would have not taken the first gap, but taken this imbalance right here. I don't know, man. This is like some... That's what I should have done. Hindsight 2020. I didn't know it was going to do that. All right, I'm gonna hop off before I go on tilt. So, all right, well that freaking sucked, but it is what it is. Now I'm gonna have to size down. This freaking sucks until I make back at least one full size loss before I size back up, which kind of sets me back a little bit, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. I have to protect the accounts. And then, you know, you protect yourself on the downside, and then once you go on a winning streak, then you kind of make everything back super quickly once you go on a winning streak. Which, when that will come, I don't know. But I gotta protect myself when it doesn't work out on these down days. That being said, I'll be back tomorrow. See how tomorrow goes. But yeah, peace out. See you guys tomorrow.